So, yes. Good night to everyone. Tonight I have a very special guest. I am Dr. Begüm Şahin, and this is our third webinar of Ostim Technical University Entrepreneurship and Leadership Office. And we are together with Alihan Özbayrak. Alihan, welcome to my program. I'm so happy to see you.
Absolutely, Begüm. It has been a pleasure talking to you and organizing this. And I'm really excited to talk about the topics that we have today in front of us.
Thank you. I am also very happy and excited because you are going to be a good example for my students. I hope one day one of them will be like you, very successful entrepreneur. And also you are working on global markets. So it's really very important. And I know Alihan many years ago, like maybe more than 25 years, near 30, yeah. But I'm not going to tell the exact years, then I have to tell my age as well. So yes, today we are going to talk about you, your story, and also your company and the success behind that story. I would like to ask you the details of this success. So I want to use our time very effectively as well. Tell us, who is Alihan Özbayrak? Yes, we would like to listen to you.
So currently I'm the CTO and co-founder of Socio. We are a business-to-business software as a service company in the event technology space. Starting from my personal self, I was born in Konya. I was grown up there and stayed there until high school. And you are also from there, so we have had a relationship back then. Has been a lot of years, definitely not 25. I'm 27 years old, but has been a long time for sure. For high school, I came to Istanbul. I studied in the German high school in Istanbul, and during that time, I really liked my high school, and I truly believe that some of the useful attributes that I have that are still useful in my career, I got it from that high school. So highly recommended for the younger folks for sure. And then for college, I went to the US. I went to Purdue University. It's an engineering college in Indiana, Midwest of the United States. It's pretty cold out there. But as a college, it's a pretty good one. I have made very beneficial and good connections throughout my college years. Both of my co-founders are my connections from college times. So I went to Purdue to study civil engineering, actually. And I also got into the entrepreneurship club. I have always wanted to do something myself, create something. And in the entrepreneurship club, I have met with one of my current co-founders. Actually, Socio is my third startup I have tried and failed before. One on my freshman year and one on my sophomore year. We just, we didn't do too much about those startups, but we did drafted up a small business plan, entered a few business competitions and failed. And then on my junior year, I had a growing interest in computer science. So I shifted my degree from civil engineering to computer science. And during my junior year, I have met my current co-founder and also who is the CEO of our company, Yarkan. And I have introduced my previous co-founder of my failed startups, Joe Watkins. And together as a team, we entered a hackathon, and we founded Socio there, pretty much.
So
any questions so far?
So it's an output of a hackathon, right? And so we have just made an international hackathon, our first hackathon in Ostim Technical University with Azerbaijan Technical University. But for our students, I always tell them, please take care about these hackathons and those acceleration programs and many competitions that you can find your teammates, or you can use those outputs. It's the atmosphere is very important. So as we see, you said that for Socio, we entered a hackathon, and after that we have decided to found Socio.
Absolutely, yes. It was crucial for us. And in fact, Socio in the beginning wasn't what it is right now. We didn't think that we would build a B2B software as a service company. Our goal, actually, as a young entrepreneur, was to build a social media application, B2C, where you would just shake and connect with people in a business kind of setting, business social media kind of an application. That was our goal. It was a very small application, and we built that one during the hackathon, and we continued to enter different business plan competitions. And with the initial idea, we have failed miserably. We did a marketing campaign in Turkey, spent some money on influencer marketing, and we have failed. But we went on just trying and receiving feedback from smarter people during the business plan competitions or hackathons, different hackathons. And in one of them, they told us that we should use this kind of tool in events. And we said that let's try that. We have nothing to lose. So we started trying that in smaller events, and our tool, which wasn't a useful tool in the global sense, became useful in smaller networking type event settings, because the tool was for you to shake and connect with strangers and exchange the contact information in a group setting in a faster manner and make connections. So we put a lot of emphasis on networking aspect and making connections, but we couldn't get to the tipping point to make it a big application in the B2C world. But it did work in smaller networking events, because the planner was making, the event planner was making people download it, which was required for our app to be useful. And it did work. And then larger events grabbed our attention, and we started, going after them. And they told us that they like the networking functionality that we have in our tool, but they would like to see more. And we have built more, and we started selling to larger conferences. We started making money. Then we started growing our team. We got our director of sales and started growing our team, selling more and more. And finally got our seed investments, and we continue to grow and continue to build products. And now we are here. We have received our Series A investment by American investors. And we are a pretty large company right now. We are a team of 80 people.
80?
Yeah, 80 people. We have 2 offices, one in the US and one in Turkey.
Yes, and Alihan, by the way, I feel really very happy because I read many articles and books about those issues, and now you are in front of me, like that kid playing with my brothers, and now you're talking about all these entrepreneurship issues. You said
Mm-hmm.
business plan. You said that we got a seed foundation, and now finally we had a seed A. You
Series
had
A.
yes, Series A, and those are really perfect. This is a real story, and it made me really very happy. And also, I just want to highlight those keywords. You said that as an entrepreneur, we failed. Here we are going to organize those fuck up nights, and all those entrepreneurs are talking about their sad stories, but it's not in fact a sad story. And after one or second trial, now you see that the real success has come. So maybe those candidates for entrepreneurship should not give up and continue to try again and again. And so for Socio, it's event planner also
Mm-hmm.
in your website and all those social media. I see it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you can continue about the company and what are you doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I do want to tell you more about the company, but I want to share my screen so we have some visuals,
Yeah,
so people
sure.
can, understand it in a better way. So as
Yeah, yeah,
Socio,
yeah.
we are a, like I said, B2B software as a service company in the event technology space, and we work with event organizers for their corporate events, association events, government events, educational events.
Mm-hmm.
And currently we have a number of products. We have actually 4 products now, building another one, which is coming up soon. Want to focus on, first of all, our most popular product, which is the mobile event app. So the mobile event app is pretty much an app for your conference, and the attendees of the event use this app. They use it kind of as a digital guide and a networking
Mm.
tool.
So we
It's
can
it's
use it as well. Maybe me or my center or my university. Yes.
absolutely. So let me finish, and I will definitely
Okay.
talk about
Okay.
a use case for your university as well.
Mm-hmm.
We have many universities using our
Yeah.
products. One of them just standing here, one of the best universities, Harvard,
Yeah.
and we
Harvard.
have more examples as well.
Mm-hmm.
So attendees use it as a digital guide and a networking tool. Through the digital guide, they can access the information that was uploaded by the event
Mm-hmm.
organizer. The app is super customizable, so everything you see in the screen in this app is can be customized. All the icons, all the content, you have full control over it
Mm-hmm.
as the planner, and you can make real-time changes whenever you want. So
Mm-hmm.
you can create very personalized digital guide for your attendees. It's really good and has a ton of features. You can, for example, put your calendar for your event.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can have a game in your event. You can have a content library. You can put your sponsors, exhibitors, speakers, presentations.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even your live streams. Now we also support virtual events, so you can run your live streams through
Hmm.
our tool. We have a native integration with Zoom, so Zoom just gets embedded into our app. We have a mobile app and we have web version as well, and your attendees follow the Zoom streams, and in the meantime they also get to interact with the content, interact with the attendees at the same time. So it's a lot better experience for them. They don't
Mm-hmm.
just listen to the stream, they actually get the real event experience for your virtual conference.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So that's the digital guide part. On the networking side, you can connect with other attendees of the conference. You can chat with them, schedule meetings with them. We have some sort of an Instagram style wall where people can post pictures, like each other's pictures, comment on them, engage in the gamification aspect. And as a planner, you can send push notifications. So it's a very feature-rich application. You can pretty much do whatever your conference would need you to do during the conference through our tool.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our most popular product.
Mm-hmm.
And our new product, I do want to touch base upon that as well, which is a similar functionality for your community. Mm-hmm. So instead of doing all of that for a virtual event, you do it the full year round and create a community. And through that community, which I would recommend for your use case right now, through that community, everyone that's interested in entrepreneurship in your college can log into this app. They can see the calendar. They can see the upcoming sessions. They can connect to these live streams. You can have a game in there. You can have a discussion board. They can connect with each other, chat with each other. So it's really handy and useful, and it's extremely easy to build these. We give access to you to your planner portal, which is what you are gonna see in here. And from here, you can create your events. You can create your communities. For example, let me show you an example event that I have created.
So for our coming virtual hackathons or any other events for entrepreneurship center, I can use your product, I think.
Absolutely, either for events, or you make a community out of it and you put all of your events into that community. So through this platform, you pretty much come in, put the basics information, your event name, location, if you have it. If you don't have it, it's okay. You can put some privacy settings and protect it with password, or invite only guest list if you want. It's all up to you. It's very customizable. And then you come in here and add the features you want, like agenda, sponsors, speakers, any sort of documents, maps if you have it, game, wall, pretty much anything.
And also it's very friendly use.
Exactly.
It's surface and the
it's pretty much drag and drop. And once you put it in, all you need to do is just come in and upload your sessions, your sponsors, whatever content you want to do it. So it's organized, it's designed for planners, for planner use, without having the need to work with a technical person. So you just come in here and in 10 minutes, you build your app pretty much. And you get to manage everything through this platform the full year round. You can even come in here and, choose the appearance, have a banner here if you want. If you want, you can make it like this. If you want, you can have a smart feed in here. So like I said, it's super customizable for your event or community.
Okay, so I'm going to use this. Yeah,
absolutely.
Maybe a demo or something you can arrange, and I'm going to try it because it's exactly what I need right now for my entrepreneurship center. And I see that your customers are really make me. I am really proud of you. I saw Microsoft and Pinterest and Google.
Absolutely. Wow. Talking about our customers, and Microsoft has been one of the most loving customer we have. They have been a customer for the last 3 years. We have done a recent case study with them, which you can reach through here and watch this video to learn about, how they use it for their events. But you can see the list here. I mean, we have Google, Microsoft, Nike, like a lot of customers, Pinterest, some of the universities like Princeton, Stanford, UCLA, Harvard, obviously further supporting us as always. So we have right now over 1,000 customers over the globe using our products. Most of our customers are in the North American region, obviously, but we do have customers from Europe, Australia, and all over the globe pretty much.
Yeah. So your customers are like the brand, most valuable brands in the world you are you are working with. So
yeah, we do like to work with the Fortune 500 for sure.
Yeah, it's great. And so I know that you are traveling so much. You've been in Istanbul. You have an office in Istanbul, and also you are going to US. And so you also, your team is very multinational, right?
It is definitely. So we do have two offices, like you mentioned, one in the US and one in Turkey. In the US, our sales team, marketing team, and customer success team, and some of our business team, they are a part of our US office. And our product team, again, some of the business members and also customer success members, some of them, they are a part of our Turkey team. In Turkey, we do have an office. We have recently actually closed it due to the virus. But we didn't, really use the office too much. We have been a remote team for the past 3 years. We are now a team of 30 working remotely. And we have really good systems and ways of working set up for this remote environment, which I do want to talk to you about.
And also today we have highlighted this title in our webinar names. You said that the importance and also the way I use for remote work. I have 5 pillars that are really important. So because of this COVID issue, people are not preferring to go to the office very often, and also we see that we can handle all those things about the office and about work at home as well. So let's talk about this. You can tell us what are those 5 pillars of remote work?
Yeah, I mean, of course, definitely my personal opinion, of course, and experience. And I want to touch base upon those 5 pillars that I think are really valuable for a remote work environment, an efficient and useful remote work environment. In my opinion, the pillars are, and we can touch base upon them in a detailed manner as well. The first one is definitely you need to choose the right people to work with. And as a company, you need to hire the right people that can do a good job in a remote environment as well. So no room for slackers, really, people that have a self-discipline, people that love their job. Those are the type of folks that you are looking for in a remote environment. So the first pillar is for sure choosing the right people for your remote team. And the way we do that in Socio, we have a really good hiring structure right now, set up an interviewing process that consists of 4 steps. The first step is once we have our candidates, we do a small, ice-breaking call with them, the first interview, just to get to know them a little bit better and tell them about what we do as a company and how we work. To see if they like us and if we like them in the first sight. And then as the second step, we send a really well organized and created assignment that fit our needs for the specific position. So we have, I'm talking about our product team. We have 6 different types of engineers or designers in the team. And for each one, we have a specifically designed assignment.
Mm-hmm.
So the second step is that technical assignment. And then after that, we have our lead engineers talk to these candidates regarding, their assignments. And then we do a culture fit interview to make sure, it's not just about the technical piece, but it's also about the cultural piece. We have a culture fit there. So that's the first pillar, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. So you said that people are really important, and because yes, we are digitalized and we are living in very digital era, but all we do is about people. So hiring right people is very important. Mm-hmm. And therefore team structure is the main issue. Mm-hmm. And also you mentioned tribe model.
Mm-hmm. So that's the second model, second pillar. So the first pillar is finding the right people for your team. The mm-hmm. second pillar, in my opinion, is the way you structure your organization. And I do have some sort of a drawing that I can mm-hmm. share with you, so I can talk about how we do it in Socio. So mm-hmm. we are currently using the tribe model, which mm-hmm. I can share my screen in here. Mm-hmm. In the tribe model, as you grow as a team, you break that team down to smaller teams and continue to act in smaller teams. So in this picture, for example, you're seeing 2 tribes, tribe A and tribe B. Those mm-hmm. tribes, they focus on one part of your product suite, or you can mm-hmm. apply this maybe on other departments too, but they focus on one part only. Mm-hmm. And within the tribes, you form mission teams that are, again, smaller teams within the tribe. And those people get assigned to a mission, which can be a new feature, a new project, a new product, can be anything. And they work together as a mission. And you left a few people behind to, do the maintenance work. And on each mission, you rotate. So everyone gets to, kind of meet with each other and work with each other. And they continue to work in smaller teams. So you pretty much cut the noise there, because when you have a larger team, the communication aspect and taking the right information to the right people is more difficult in a larger team. But working in smaller teams, you can do that more effectively. And with this model, what you can also achieve, especially for the product department, you can build things in parallel in a multi-threaded manner. You can build a product, 2 features, 3 features, so multiple missions can go simultaneously at the same time. So you make the most use of your team. And this model also, we believe that it scales, because as you grow, you can just create more tribes and divide your tribes into different parts of product mm-hmm. and continue to work in smaller teams. This is a model that I have learned from Spotify. They mm-hmm. They have invented this model. And right now, many companies, successful companies and engineering teams are using this model.
Yeah. And in management and organization literature, you can see that type of models as well. I just remember those models. Here, the leadership is also important, because for those tribes, you have a leader, right, to manage that little team, I can say. So this responsibility also make people to feel important, to feel exactly. themselves important, and maybe care more about their business or their work, I can say. And for globals as well, for example, in Coca-Cola or in PG, you just you are a new graduate and you just start as a junior brand manager. You know, those junior brand managers are all responsible from the brands that we know. For example, for Dove or for Gillette or Domestos. All of them are like those tribes. When you are talking about those models, I just remember it. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely. Not too familiar, to be honest, with that part of the business or larger corporations. More of a startup guy myself, for sure. But they do, when you explain it, they do remind me of this as well. I mean, here you have multiple leads in each tribe, and this way you get people to contribute more and get more responsibility, and don't just make them do what the lead says. It's not a strict hierarchical model. It's more of a flat organization, and as you make more tribes, everyone gets the chance to be the lead, and that's definitely a motivational factor for sure.
And I see that enjoying work, like using modern tools, technology, work and life balance, habits, it's really very important for this new generation, right?
Absolutely.
Because you spend so much time in the office, so you have to enjoy it, do something you like, right?
Yeah, it's I think it's a must, in my opinion, especially for remote work, because as a remote worker, you're in the house, and you need to personally get up and get going. If you are dealing with something that you don't like, as you all know, that's harder to get up and get going. But if you're dealing with something that you love, if you're dealing with something that you believe will improve you as an engineer, and if you enjoy doing that, if it's something new to you, you're gonna have that motivation to get up and get going. So at Socio, we definitely try to use some of the more modern technologies and tools. From a tool perspective, obviously we use tools like Slack, Zoom, the Atlassian suite like Jira and Bitbucket. And from a technology perspective, we prefer to work with modern languages and not .NET or C or those traditional languages, but we choose Ruby, React, Swift, Kotlin, more modern languages that engineers and younger folks love to use, and even older folks, they prefer learning something new, and that's definitely an added motivation for everyone.
And also people just want to go to the office with jeans or white t-shirts, or maybe would like to have a nap or play I don't know, a billiard, something that's
really great
make
point.
them relaxed.
Really great point that you made. And we do believe that's the case. That brings the most productivity out of your team. Right now, we don't have a strict schedule. You can work, if you want, you can work at 4 a.m. We don't care. We are a very goal-oriented company. And for that to work in a larger team, I want to touch base upon the third pillar. You need to have a really good management operating system. So the systems that you're using and the way you set it up, you need to really think through those. Even, your meeting schedules, how frequent should you meet? How long should these meetings be? In which period should you meet? Even those smaller things become really, really oriented. And the process as a whole, of course, is super important. And once you have those management operating systems, you don't need a strict schedule. I don't think that you need a strict schedule, especially if you have those in place. And lastly, obviously, you need to have, which is the fourth pillar that I want to touch base upon, a really, really good KPI tracking. You need to know as the company, as the team, and actually we are very transparent. Everyone in our team does know, and I do want to show this piece to you as well. I think it's really impressive. I really love this piece. We do track our KPIs like this. So this is for our product team, and these are our external KPIs. So these are the KPIs, key performance indicators that our product team is responsible of towards the whole company. And we do go through these every month and talk about these to see how we are doing as a company. And this is our external KPIs. And we do have an internal version too. And this is, just you can see the names in here. This is open to our team. It's like they can easily just come here and see, how they are doing each month, and if they're improving. And doing this is really important. Choosing what to track is really important. We came down to these dashboards after researching and talking to our team. Actually, we made these together as a team. I didn't just come in and I wasn't like, okay, we're gonna track these, and I don't care what you say. It wasn't like that. We try to look at it from the developer's perspective, from the managerial perspective, and we went together as a team to come up with these metrics. And it's still a process, an ongoing process. We still continue to tweak these metrics, add on to these metrics, and we never just look at these to decide if someone is really, really good. Especially in a product department, it's not just about the number of lines you have in the code base, because it's just not that, because you need to help your teammates, you need to do research, and like it's not like the more you write, the more products you develop. Sometimes you can solve very hard problems with very minimal amounts of code. And I'm talking code specifically here, but this can apply to other areas as well on different parts. So we are trying to look at it from different angles. And one of the things that's super important for us is we're trying to do a peer review, one-on-one peer review, and we are trying to get people that work with each other, review each other every 3 months and give feedback to each other and score each other. And that way we see an average score of someone who is working with different parties. And that way we can easily see who is not doing a good job, to give them feedback to, you need to improve, otherwise we will have to replace you. And we also see those folks that are doing really, really well. And that way we can also give them, the fair rewards that they deserve.
So feedback is really important. And in academic life, when you send a manuscript, also there is a process in peer review. I just remember it. And by the way, you are in a little bit darker right now.
Yeah, let me open the light.
Okay.
It was pretty, yeah, it was sunshine, and then got super dark, and I didn't want to, interrupt the talk, and I just went on going.
It's better now. And I see your T-shirt.
It's my Socio Turkey.
Socio Turkey. Oh,
Socio Turkey, actually.
This is a traditional marketing,
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I need to be able to target the event planners with this T-shirt, which is the chances are pretty low. I am targeting one right now, luckily, you. Um, but definitely, it is some sort of a traditional marketing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And finally, I just want to ask that you have listed in 30 Forbes under 30. So
Yeah,
let's talk about it a little bit.
of course, of course. Yeah, we were listed in the Forbes 30 under 30 with my fellow co-founders in the enterprise technology area. I mean, to be honest, we didn't specifically focus on that. We just got nominated and answered a few questions with our personal thoughts, and we were listed. I mean, it's an honor to be in that list. I see very valuable people in there, and it's really an honor for me to be in there as well. Wasn't our goal to be there, to be honest with you. We were just focusing on delivering value for our customers and growing our business, but ended up being in there, which was an absolute honor for sure.
Yeah. It's really very important, and I feel really very glad about this issue. And finally, I have a question from our Vice Rector, Professor Ünsal Sırrı. He asked the role of luck in your entrepreneurship story. So, do you have any for the message for those candidates, entrepreneur candidates? What can you say? Do you think that luck is important, or any other issues that you would like to tell, or any advices maybe?
To be honest with you, the luck plays a very important role when you are finding your co-founders or the first few folks to your team. I got lucky for sure. I am very humbled and lucky to be working with such group of people that are really smart, disciplined, hardworking, logical, open-minded people that thrive and try to improve themselves as much as they can. So that part I got lucky. Other than that, I mean, if you have a really solid core team, I don't think luck plays that much of a role once you get that. But that part, you need luck, in my opinion.
But you were always very successful, and because to enter and to study in German high school is also a good start. And after that, you went to Purdue, and all of them are really the way to go to the success. But also, I always say that when you can use those advantages, and also maybe luck is really important, but for my opinion, when you work hard and also use those, as I said, all those advantages, then you come to a good place in life. So
definitely.
Yeah, and again for Turkish startups, I see that we talk about this issue with you before, but I just want to mention it for our audience. We are also always reading the books from the entrepreneurs in global side, especially from Silicon Valley and US or other countries. But we have also very successful Turkish entrepreneurs and startups. You know, Peak Games has become the first unicorn in Turkey. So is there any you have the chance to observe all the startup ecosystem in global era? Is there any main point to tell those Turkish entrepreneurs that you want to say or differentiate any issue?
Yeah, I mean, two main issues really. The first one, the culture, is super important, like we have discussed previously with you. The culture that they have in the US, which is thriving from an entrepreneurship perspective. We have only one unicorn, and they have countless unicorns, and they are really, really good. And they're going to continue to be good, in my opinion, if they keep this culture. So they attract smart people, and those smart people continue to give back to the community. Personally, from my personal experience, when we were just starting off, a CEO of a company that's valued around $100 million with over 100 employees took his time to talk to us in the middle of his day for 2 hours when we asked for his help. And I haven't been in the Turkish community that much, but I haven't heard such thing. And this is something normal for the US entrepreneurship ecosystem. Entrepreneurs, they give back to each other. They give really good feedback, teach each other. And there's this, continuous giving back sort of style without, like running after something for that feedback. So that's super valuable. We do need to, as Turkey, we do need to start doing that more to get to their level, for sure. From that aspect, that's the first part. And the second part, which is more of an obvious factor, is the financial power, the investments that you can get in there, and the valuations are significantly higher than what you can get in Turkey. So investors, their mindset is a little different. They know that tech companies, they won't bring a very short ROI to, they won't get to the positive side right away, but eventually they will get to a really huge margins and positive side. So they have that, long-term mindset when it comes to investing, versus us having a more of a short-term mindset. So that's also something that I can point out.
Okay. And finally, what are your coming plans? It's like a question and an interview, but I just want to really know for your company. I think you are going to continue growing, right?
Yeah, we do enjoy. I personally do enjoy working for Socio with my team. I love them for sure, and we are coming up with great products, great features as the product team, and we are trying to grab our fair share in the market as Socio. So we will continue to deliver value for planners and the event technology sector. We do see a bright future in there, and we will continue growing our company. Personally, my goal right now is to focus on that piece and obviously improve myself, always improve and try to be better in every aspect, not from just the business perspective. Also, personally, I am trying to learn as much as I can from a well-being perspective, lifestyle, health, on all aspects. I do like improving, researching. So yeah, I mean, that's my goal. From a career perspective, definitely I'll continue focusing on Socio.
So one day you get a really good offer. You decide to make an exit, or you said that no, it's like my baby. It's it's really very difficult, so I cannot give you all
Yeah,
my.
I mean, I don't have a plan on that. I don't think us as a team have a solid plan on that, because you never know where life will take you. I mean, the COVID happened and everything
Yes.
changed. So it's really hard to make a plan that far apart. But we will always, evaluate the opportunities, what would be the best for our company, for ourselves, for our employees, and make decisions like that.
And
We don't
when
really.
did you, when Socio has founded in 2016 or
2016. Yes.
16? Mm.
Mhm.
So you just come that point in 4 years,
Yeah, we are about
like
to
a
be
like a
4 years
real
old.
startup.
Yeah, we are about
Yeah.
to be 4 years old. It has been a journey for sure. The first year we didn't. We were still looking for the product market fit. In 2018, the beginning of 2018, we had a good product market fit, and then from there we started really scaling up
Mm-hmm.
as a team and as a customer base.
I see. And all those issues that we see on the books like Steve Blank or Eric Rice, you said you just summarized them like product market fit, and also you said that feedback is very important, as Eric Rice said that MVP. So to get that MVP, you have to get those feedback and also improve your product. And also the you have a target customer in a not a special sector or industry, but it's a product for a general target market, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's a good fit for different sectors, but we do have our ideal customer profile where
Mm-hmm.
we see more of a success, and those include corporations, event agencies, universities. So it's a good fit. Obviously, like you said, in many sectors, in all sectors, we do see events happening or communities. But we do have our own more specific ideal customer profiles where we try to target more, because we know that if we can work with those people, it will be a more long-lasting relationship, which is what we would prefer as a SaaS company.
I see. Okay, so one day I really like to invite you to our campus as well. I hope in September we are going to be together with our students, and
Yeah.
then maybe we would like to host you, and so our students can listen to you face to face and ask their questions. So thank you very much, Alihan, that you spend your time. I'm sure you're so busy as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if there isn't anything you want to add, I'm going to finish here. Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and I would of course love to visit your campus as well whenever we see fit. Has been an absolute pleasure, like I said, and I hope to talk to you again.
Okay. Thank you so much, and I'm sure we are going to listen to your more success stories, and just want to say good luck as well. And I am also with you to support you any for any issue that you would like to have. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much for doing this and helping the students and giving back to the community, which is what we talked about as the biggest difference between US and Turkey. It's really, really important. And I hope lots of people get to watch this so they can learn and improve.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alihan. Best wishes to you and to your team.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.